Hey, hey, Ferguson. That's Ferguson. Sometimes we call him Fergie. He's a male. That's Nicodemus. He's a little bit younger. Hey y'all, welcome back to Falls Hillside Farm. Jason here, still working on the bathhouse. I'm gonna work on the steps today. I'll show you how we build that, how we figure that out. But check it out, this is what we got so far. Got the tub in there, still gotta install it, the right way. It does drain out of the bathhouse though. And there's the Joka hot water system. We got the composting toilet, the bear holding their toilet paper for us, and some just tools needed out. So started to decorate it. We got a strand of Christmas lights up there. It lights it real well at night. So we're using it. So one of the things we need is the steps, and then after that we're going to build the door. It's getting cold. Yeah, we're gonna have to dry it in. Have the door, help keep some of the heat in. I'll probably give me like a little buddy heater, maybe run off of propane or something like that to keep it warm while we're in there in the winter time. So anyway, let's get started with it. Miss Anna's gonna be helping me out. Let's see what she's into right now. So she's over there giving some correction to the kid. You can't see the kid, but he's over there. That's not what you want to see as a kid, huh? But discipline is good. Hey, baby. And there's the kid. He's doing his part to keep us warm, not only this winter, this cold season, but the next as well. So a lot of that's going to be burned next year. Some stuff we just cut down. So anyway, let's get started on the steps.
Well, where'd you stop before we got it all out?
So I got it's been rough trying to figure out the right cut on this. And all I've been doing is just using this like a 2x4 to kind of get the angles right, marking like that. So I got it kind of close. I might just keep it like this and put 2 screws up there to keep it intact. And this is just temporary. What we're going to do is build a deck out here, maybe 6 feet out from the house, and so we can sit on there, maybe take our shoes off before we go in, stuff like that, especially in the summertime if we're all muddy. But we are going to have a deck on there, so these steps are just temporary, but we do need them because we're actually using the bathhouse quite a bit. And so since I've got this template figured out, or this side of the stairs figured out, I can just throw this up here now. Looks like I already got one end cut, but just make sure that everything is the same there, and then I'll have both sides. I'm just going to do 2 of these. I don't know what you call them. I forget. I have to look it up. And sometimes you have 3 if you got like the actual step marks cut in there, but we're not going to do that. All we're going to do is put some boards across there and put the steps on top of that, instead of cutting the steps out on a board like you would go buy at Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that. And those are really expensive. So we're just going to use some leftover wood that we have here to build these temporary steps. All right. One thing to keep in mind when you get ready to drill holes or do anything to any part of this is they are different size. Like this cut is not the same as this cut down here. So what I'm about to do is drill me some holes so I can drill this into the cabin and keep those secured. So what I've done is I put them down there to, you know, see how they fit, and I marked where I want the drill holes to go. Again, that's so I can put the you know, those rails or whatever down there. So very few things have worked, in my opinion, like they do on TV, but the Kreg jig most certainly does. And what the Kreg jig does, they do pocket holes, and that's what we're going to use for these stairs. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to put this right here with the clamp, and then whenever I drill that hole, and it'll make more sense when I show it to you. These are really cool. So I'm just going to kind of line this piece parallel with this edge here. It's going to kind of eyeball it because, I mean, honestly, it doesn't really matter too much if you're off just a little bit. Not a very big deal. So get the drill ready. There is a certain drill bit you got to use. Let's get that open. There we go. You do have to set the collar, and if you're using this part, you've got to set the height of that. But I'm just going to go with this. To be honest with you, I think it's set for whatever the maximum 1.5 inches. So this is supposed to be, this is supposed to be 1 inch. So I might want to set that collar. Let's see if I got my little. This will be good to show you how to set that collar right there. So if I'm at 1 inch here, let's see exactly how deep this is, because this is how you want to set it. So it's just under, it's maybe like 7/8. And it has little numbers on here, so you can find 7/8 or 1 inch. It's actually got 1 inch and 7/8. I think I'll go with 7/8. So you see what that looks like right there. Collar's here. And what you're looking for is the edge of this part right here. So what I'm going to do, take my little Allen wrench, there's a little Allen nut right there, and loosen that just a little bit, and I'll take it all the way out or anything. Now I'm going to line that part up with the 7/8 right there, and then I'm going to go ahead and tighten it down, at least snug while it's in this jig. I'll take it out. I'll snug it up a little more. I'm not going to twist it so hard I can't get it out. You see now it's changed, and I don't know if you can see that, but it is set to 7/8. That's how quick and easy that is. Once you understand that whatever thickness your board is, that's the measurement you want to set your drill and your jig. All right, so I could put 3 holes here. I want to use 2. So I'm going to use the 2 outside ones. All you got to do is just fit that down in there. You're going to take it all the way down to the collar. The collar will hit this, and it just kind of rides on it, doesn't mess anything up. I'm going to do one more on this outside and make sure my clamp is set. Moved on me a little bit, but then, you know, like I said, it's not that big of a deal. So what we have here is 2 pocket holes. So make sure you can see that. So the screws are going to go down in there, and it'll keep it secured to that board. So I'm going to do the other side real quick, and then before I screw those in, I'm going to put some little cleats on, and that's where our actual steps will go. It's going to be a really easy project. I'm gonna take a break real quick. Show you what we got. I showed y'all the new pup yet. That is Tucker, an Australian Shepherd, I believe. Nice, pretty, beautiful blue eyes. The chickens are walking around, and check it out. We got free-ranging goats. These are Nigerian dwarfs, and they're just pets. We're not eating them or raising them to eat, but we will breed them to share with other people. And I think what we're going to end up doing is a like a little petting zoo type thing. We can go around to different festivals and things like that. Take some of these animals and let the kids pet them, give them a little feed, and teach them a little bit about the animals. You know, take the Silky and maybe another chicken, one of the ones that's really calm and stuff like that. But yeah, these guys are great. Ah, chicken on my Jeep. Hey Ferguson. That's Ferguson. Sometimes we call him Fergie. He's a male. That's Nicodemus. He's a little bit younger. I like Nicodemus. I like reading about, you know, John chapter 3, where Nicodemus goes to talk to Jesus in the middle of the night and ask him, what does it mean to be born again? How can one be born again? It's one of my favorite stories. There's me, and oh, where are you going? It's a little camera shy. All right, we better get back to work. All right, so I know where I want my cleats. I got 4 cleats cut here, and I got a couple of steps cut as well. Get that out of the way. So what I did was I set this up just like I was going to screw it in. And then I took my level, figured out where I want my first step, and as long as that level was right there in the middle, put a little mark, then I'll come back over here and mark it all the way across. And I figured out I'll just need about just 2 steps, I believe. So I'm just kind of, you know, winging this by ear. I know there's a formula out there or something that you can use to figure out, you know, where your steps need to be. I'm just doing what looks like it's going to be comfortable to me, honestly. So here, what I'm going to do, I got my 2 boards nailed up. I'm going to transcribe these marks over here on this one. So what I'm going to do is take the top part, put my square all the way across here, and I'm going to mark right here where that top is, and then I'll come down here in my square and mark where the bottom is. This is going to be a little bit of the tricky part, so I'm going to have to put that square up and get it all the way across. There we go. I think that'll be just about right there. And I'm going to do the same thing up here. I'll start with the bottom this time. Yeah, let's start with the bottom. Put that one right there. Go all the way up to the top here. Oh, scoot it just a little bit. Don't want my steps to be wobbly or slanted. Now I'll put this one up, make sure that my square is all the way up against there. And there, so now I'll make sure you can see this, what I'm doing here. Get these 2 pieces out of the way here. And I'll touch it down. All right, you see what I'm doing? Yeah. All right. So a top piece is good, right? So now I need to make sure that the bottom piece is good. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to make sure this edge is flush. The edge of this is going to be down with that bottom mark. I'm just going to make sure that I've got some pressure on there and just mark all the way across. So then when well, I'll just go ahead and show you. We'll do this one. So this cleat's going to run from here right down. So these marks now are the same. I'm going to put a cleat here, put a cleat here. Do the same thing right here. Make sure it's flush on this side. Put my mark over here. I already got my mark up there, so now all I got to do is put that square for both of these marks meet. I'm just using it as a straight edge now. Not even using the bubbles or anything, but now I've got my areas marked where I need that. And actually, I'm gonna have to do that all over again because that may work. So I'm gonna put these cleats on the inside. Let me show you. So this one's good, right? Because we're gonna put the cleats on the inside, but I actually marked the wrong side over there. So how are we going to do that? I think we're going to do the same thing here. We can line up like this, and that should work. Thinking that should work. Yeah. I'm not sure. Let me figure this out real quick. All right, so these got to be mirror images here. So yeah, the bottom it's gonna have to be right there for it to be even. So let's go ahead and mark those real quick. I'm gonna show you how to do that. Actually, yeah, let me just start from right here. So I got my marks for the cleat. I'm just gonna see on top. I figured out I need two steps, so 2 cleats on each side. Now to transcribe these, I'm gonna put you here to where you can see me. Can you see what I'm doing there? All right. So what I'm gonna do, this mark's gonna be easy enough to get because so I can just mark right there, right? And I can tell we're even. Just gotta make sure these boards are set up right. Actually, yeah, let's go right there. That's perfect. So to get all the way over here, all I'm gonna do is set this straight edge flush right here, and I'm gonna transcribe my mark right here. And then we're gonna go from here, see from that mark to this mark. And the cleat's gonna ride on that line. We're gonna do the same thing over here. So close, I can just eyeball it, get that first little mark there. There soon I'll have to resharpen my pencil. Put that straight edge right along through there. Now I'm gonna put a little mark here. And then line up my marks with the straight edge. And now I have that mirror image with the 2 marks. All right. So, right here where the pocket holes are, this is the part that's going to go up against the bathhouse. So the cleats need to be running this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put these cleats running like that. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'll run them right about in the middle of that rail. Those are going to hold my steps. So let's get those screwed in. Put the star bit back in because I want to use some decking screws. It should work. All right. Let's make sure that's good to go. Perfect. Get this up here. Oh, little sniffles today. Those are in. These other 2. Get to see my kiddos today, so I got to keep an eye on the time. I'm going to try to get the goat shelter built. So if you see the video, we built a goat shelter. Plan on doing that same day that these steps are getting done. And I'll probably work on the door tomorrow. Starting to get cold, so the goats definitely need their own shelter. The pigs are not letting them in the shelter that I built. I was thinking all of them would share it. That's not really happening. I can't blame the pigs because, you know, Miss Fancy just had babies, and I think Daisy's going to be having babies soon. All right, so we got our cleats in. Now we're going to nail these up and then put our steps on. All right, so I got those screwed in. You can see the pocket hole screws that I used there. And now all I gotta do is put these steps in. They're cut nice. Got the little blocks up there, a little support, keep the wood off the ground. And it's gonna work pretty good. So I'm just gonna screw these in real quick and be done with it. guess all left now is to test, see if it holds me up. Oh yeah. Not too bad at all. I think that's going to serve us pretty well. One step closer to getting this bathhouse done. All right, now it's going to be time to go pick up the kiddos. I think I'm just going to let the animals free range. Miss Anna and Brandon went to go get lunch. And look at them. Everybody's just relaxing in the warm sun, enjoying it while it's here.